What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Yocrates here to give you all your review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13 episodes with an S, 5 and 6. Really quickly, I meant to give it to you all last night. I couldn't because I couldn't find my notes for episode 5 because I ended up writing it on this one, so I had to grab a brand new notepad. So, and y'all didn't get it last week because it for me it didn't give a whole lot. And even though I wouldn't have mind giving y'all like a 4 minute review, I just didn't feel like it. So I'm gonna give y'all a combined effort. And really quickly, yeah, I'm gonna have some things to say to Miss Barbara. I just want to put that out in the very forefront so y'all know when we get to the very end of this. If y'all feel that y'all gonna be sensitive about it, then you can click off before I get there. So let's start off with episode 5. So we start off with Candy. It's 5 days until Riley leaves, and Riley doesn't know how to clean. Now, I understand that they are very privileged. I just don't understand how she, meaning Riley, doesn't know how to, do basic things for herself. And I guess this is just being a rich thing, being a wealthy thing. But I mean, you should at least know the basics, i.e., and this is not detailed towards women. This is detailed towards everyone because all of what I'm about to say, I was doing well before 13. But you should be able to do your own laundry. You should be able to cook your own meals. You should be able to clean up after yourself. You should be just basic things you should be able to do. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I was just like, I don't know why we haven't seen, but whatever. We have Cynthia, Latoya, and Kenya. They talk about dating, the website, and everything. So Latoya is bringing this to Cynthia about putting Kenya on a dating website, all this other stuff. Pretty much saying that that's her type, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Kenya had sent Latoya a naked selfie and makes her feel sorry about it, and she's showing it in this scene. And this is one of those where either production told her to do it or she was just trying to have a scene. But that's one of those things where that right there is a slippery slope to do something like that. So the fact that Bravo let that air, I guess it was good with Kenya because in essence, that is something that you can be sued for having somebody else's nudes in your phone, especially those dealing with children. And then showing it, displaying it, you can in essence that could be considered revenge porn. So for those of y'all who got people's pictures that are naked in your phone and videos and whatnot, be careful with that shit. And then the girls modeled the clothes, which this was obviously a scene for TV. I would just say when Cynthia's hair got caught in one of the racks, I hollered. I effing hollered. It was fun. It was one of those that yes, the scene was manufactured, but that piece right there was definitely a real moment. I loved it. So now we have Portia, Diane, and Lauren. Lauren brings some competition hot dogs. So she bought hot dogs that Dennis does not, sell. And Portia's a little bit upset about that because her whole thing is like, well, even though me and Dennis we ain't doing a what and everything and whatnot and things are rocky, that's still my baby daddy. And with that, the if you purchase from him, obviously you're helping out your sister and your niece. So yeah, don't be going buying the competitive shit now. Don't do that. That's stupid. And Portia is plant based at this particular point. So hey, kudos to her. It is what it is. What I will say is, if Portia is really trying to do that whole plant based thing, she need to go holler at singer Maya because Maya is doing the damn thing. So Portia is writing a book called The Pursuit of Portia. That right there is a joke in the read in itself. I'm just gonna move on. They bring up the past with the whole different dads and whatnot and co-parenting, and Portia realized that she lacks something with not having a father figure to play a more critical role. Now, two things that I want to mention. One, with this, I find it to be very interesting that this conversation never happened prior to now. I'm not saying that certain things are not discussed within family units. But seeing as to how she and her mother Diane and her sister Lauren are so close, it's hard for me to believe that this was never a topic of conversation before. You feel me? So that right there, I'm just like, okay. What I will say this, I hollered when Portia was saying that she knew what she was doing when she got pregnant by Dennis and how her leg went up, 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 and then out. I hollered because, like, at least for me, that's a real moment. Like she knew what she was doing, and I mean, here's the reality. Say what you want, but regardless of what happens between her and Dennis, at least she know that as long as his businesses do not tank, he gonna be, like I said, Pilar, well, one Pilar gonna be good for what it's worth with Portia and her business ventures and with the baby daddy. So, hey, it is what it is. Get your money. So for whatever reason, they think that Biden is going to be at the wedding party that I'm sorry, the engagement party that Kenya is throwing for Cynthia. I don't believe it. I really don't. And that's on. And I think I said this on Scotty's Live that the only way that I would have believed that is if Eva was still on the show because Eva's husband is in politics. I could believe it if Eva was still on the show because that it wouldn't seem so much as a reach. But because she isn't, I'm kind of like, okay, if y'all really believe this. So there's an ice sculpture, and the ice sculpture is melting. Now, yes, it is Atlanta, and this is more, and not even more than likely, this is during the summer when they were shooting. My thing is, why would you have the ice sculpture out this early? Like that should have been out maybe like 5 minutes before Cynthia and Mike got there. But again, I don't know, whatever. Mike and Cynthia walk in, they're dumbfounded. Cynthia and Kenya are going to be. I'm sorry, Cynthia asks Kenya if she wants to be a bridemaid. And I know I said that wrong. If y'all understand why I said it wrong, shout out to you. I wanted to say that because probably be somebody in the comments like, it's not bridemaid, it's bridesmaids. I know. Let me see. Portia, Marlo, Portia, and Latoya come in late at different intervals, and if I'm not mistaken, Latoya was the most late. Cynthia also asked Candy to be a bridemaid. So as Kenya is giving a speech, Portia comes in late. So Marlo was already late. Right after Cynthia got there, and now that Kenya is doing this speech now. Blah, 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 blah. Portia comes in now. Portia, kind of came in, gave kisses and hugs and whatnot, and some of the girls began to have a conversation with her. And I know a lot of people was like, well, that wasn't Portia's fault because the girls were conversing with her. Here's what I'm going to say. We all know that Portia has some background when it comes to church and ministry and whatnot, but even just proper etiquette. If you walk into a room and you see that festivities and whatnot are going on, someone is speaking, proper etiquette is to either not say anything when you come in or wait at the door, let what's going on die down, and then you come in. Just saying. So, for what it's worth, yes, that was very rude. Now, Kenya could have handled it a hell of a lot differently, but she did. And of course, we watched this show for the drama and the mess, so I ain't too mad about it. Let's see what else, because I don't really think I had a whole lot going on with this one. I don't really think so. So Latoya finally showed. So Latoya shows up, and then they're at the table talking and whatnot, and then she shows a nude selfie to the entire table. Now, if the first one wasn't production telling her to do it, this had to have been it because why would you do this? And it's also one of those things that people need to remember. Even though, yes, technically Kenya made this event about her, this event is about Cynthia. Why would you show a naked selfie of Kenya to put the focus on her when this is about Cynthia and Mike? Again, people are crazy to me. Marlo says Latoya should get her ass done. Marlo and Kenya have an exchangement of words. I'm sorry, somebody just sent me something. Um, Kenya says there's three women at the table that can get it from her: Candy, Cynthia, and Latoya. All right. Kenya asks if Portia got the gift that she said. She said she would, and Portia said yes. She then said it would have been nice if I could have gave it to you personally. And pretty much they don't know where they stand. And Portia's whole thing is, well, my sister planned this event, but she doesn't know where we stand. And It's a whole lot going with that. So let me go ahead and unpack this in first. With the whole Porsche and Kenya thing, let's keep it all the way 1,000. They didn't have an issue last season. They had an issue when Portia finally accepted Nene Leakes back into her inner circle, and that's when they began to have problems because they didn't have problems before then. So the fact that they're keeping this going, it is what the fuck it is to me. In terms of Kenya and her pushing, okay, I won't say pushing, with her being, I guess, forthright about being bisexual or want to explore in the lady pond. My only thing for her is be very careful, be very wary, because the last person that did that was Grandmaster Zodiac, and you see that not only did DJ Tracy go in on her ass, they ate her ass up at the reunion. I believe that was season 11. Anyway, so that was episode 5. Episode 6. And I'm trying to somewhat rush through this because, like I said, it's what, 11:35 right now. Bondi Blue is going live at come on, y'all, real quick. Going live at noon. So I'm trying to hurry up and get this done so I could be present for that. So episode 6, Cynthia is talking with Mike. So with the pandemic and with Atlanta being a hotspot for COVID and everything, and how their numbers, I guess, began to increase again, she sent out 250 invites. She was only expecting to get 100 invites back, but ended up getting 200 out of 250 people had actually RSVP. And she is shocked and surprised because what she was trying to do is, okay, let me be gracious and send out the invites, and maybe, just maybe, since they know that the COVID numbers are spiking in Atlanta, maybe, just maybe, they'll disinvite themselves so I don't have to do it, which I understand it. But now look at the conundrum that you have on your hands. And then also part of this is you're putting more anxiety, more stress on yourself, when it's just, you know what, just make the decision and let these people know that, unfortunately, I can't invite you even though I intended to because of X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. And I'm pretty sure people will understand. If not, fuck them. So they discuss her father attending, and there's a rift between the mom and the dad because her mom did the domestic violence PSA that Kenya did a couple seasons back. And my whole thing is, hell, invite them both. It's like, because the reality is that this day has absolutely nothing to do with your mother nor your father. This day is about us. Point blank and the period. So we get Drew, they're packing dishes. Ralph appears to be in good spirits, but he is still hurting. Um, I'm going to get through this and then I'll say what I got to say. They released balloons in honor of Ralph's father, which was very nice. Ralph apologized to Drew. He says, be patient with me. I'm still going to be me. Which to me was sort of a half-ass apology. And that was their scene. Now, what I will say is, I feel bad for him because look, he's like most African American men, and how a lot of us were raised where, you don't have feelings, you don't display it. All that, is bitch shit, pussy shit. Like, that's how a lot of us were raised. I rebelled against that because for me, I'm able to talk through my emotions, which pisses a lot of people off. But people that can't do that, not just men, this also applies to women, people who cannot talk through their emotions intelligently and eloquently, tend to only be able to resort to yelling and then physical acts of anger. So hopefully he can get through this, but he needs to go ahead and have that break. And here's one thing that I do know: the fact that he's not allowing himself to, because part of me feels that he's not allowing himself to do it because the cameras are there, or he's just waiting. But it's best that he has this break sooner rather than later, because what will happen, because it happens to the best of us, is you're trying to hold on, and then at the most inopportune time, reality sinks in, and that break you could have had in private is more than likely going to be in a public setting, and it's not going to be pretty because you've been suppressing it, and then now all of a sudden it just hits you like a ton of bricks, and you got to deal with it. Dang, but it was something else that I was going to say. See, I had it and it lost. Okay, well, I guess that was it. I Cause I had some more shit to say. Oh, and one thing for y'all is if y'all have never listened to Kimberly Locke, who was on American Idol, she has two songs off her. I think it's based on a true story album that applies to Drew and Rap, and is "You Don't Have to Be Strong" and "Fall." Those two songs applies to this. If y'all haven't heard it, listen to it. Let me know how y'all feel about it. So now we got Candy. She is talking about how she's working from home. She's doing a grocery giveaway for approximately 750 families. Her charity is Candy Cares. And what she plans to do with this is she plans to do a drive, like have them just drive up in their cars. They put the groceries in and then they let them go. So that will help with the social distancing and minimizing the spread of COVID, which is a good thing. And the whole child support thing comes up. Here's the reality, you all. I'm not going to talk about it. I really am not. All that I'm going to say is for those who saying that she, why is she going for it? If she, or should I say, if Riley is entitled to it, that is Riley's money. And Candy talked with Eva's husband, and he said we can go after it and just put it in the trust. Either that happens or you let Riley fight that battle. Because again, Riley is an adult now. That is her money. Let Riley fight that battle. That's all I'm going to say about it. So from this point on, anytime that child support comes up, I'm skipping it completely. I'm just letting you all know that right now. So we get Cynthia and Portia. Portia wants, it's pretty much saying that she wants to socialize her daughter. Doing the whole daycare thing. Portia talks about Dennis. I'm letting y'all know I'm not gonna do too much talking about Dennis too. I'm gonna have to retire that. But she talks about losing herself, punishing him, and even fighting on the front lines. Like the whole thing of I'm out here fighting on the front lines, and now I have to come home and fight at home as well. And look, a lot of us feel that way, whether it be with intimate relationships between us and our spouse, partner, whatever, or even just dealing with people that we live with or live in a community with, where it's just like, damn, like I have to sit here and deal with all this when I'm working. Now I gotta come home and now I gotta fight you too. Like this is supposed to be my place of rest, my place of peace. I get it. I understand it. Also, Portia doesn't want Dennis at the wedding, but Mike wants Dennis there. So Portia is giving Cynthia a bit of an ultimatum, like you need to tell your husband that he can't be there. And here's the thing: why is Cynthia allowing other people to tell her who can and cannot be at her wedding? Okay, whatever. It's Cynthia's wedding. Cynthia's her own person. I'm gonna just bypass it because I'm gonna get pissed. So now we are at Candy's event, the whole food drive. So Portia, Tanya, Kenya, Marlo are there. I believe that's everybody. I might be missing somebody, but whatever. So Drew cannot be there because she is quarantined because she had just came from being in North Carolina for her husband's father passing away. So she's quarantined, but also they're also packing, so she could not be there. So she's being responsible. Good for her. Marlo, oh, cause Marlo's there too. I guess because it's a way that I had this written down, y'all. Forgive me, but Marlo went with Candy to the farmers market to buy the produce they had there, and I love that. I wish we could have saw that scene, but the reason why I love because farmers market, obviously they're buying directly from farmers, which sometimes they're small time farmers, which means that you're pumping money into them rather than going to these big corporation places where the money doesn't get to where it needs to get to. So I appreciate the fact that they got these fruits and vegetables and whatnot from the farmers market. I really appreciated that. Kenya is there and she starts to boss people around, but that only happened when Portia started to talk about her stuff, which this is going to be exhausting between those two, but what the fuck ever. Cynthia is late because she had to get her marriage license, so Cynthia is there. That's what, again, I started doing the list, then I messed up, whatever. And they did that scene because her mom and Mallory pretty much hid the marriage license the first time around, so making sure that it doesn't happen again. So then they all break to sit down and eat. Candy is passing out food, and the food is non-healthy and is not vegan, which, I mean, it is what it is. I feel that she could have been a little bit more accommodating, but at the same exact time, if you have a particular lifestyle in which you are living when it comes to your dietary needs, you should not be looking for people to just automatically have that for you. You should bring the stuff yourself so you don't fall into a trap. Kenya shades Drew, which is because she pretty much had said Cynthia's picking up the strays, but here's the reality. Well, if that's the case, then what's Latoya to you? But again, hey, Kenya's helping to keep the drama going. And I tend to go back and forth between knowing that things are being produced and trying to just enjoy what it is that's on the show. So sometimes it's annoying for me. Kenya invites the girls to a getaway, but then she asks them for ideas, which I understand why she did it. But I'm like, you could have just picked something. But they're trying to pick something that's remotely close to where they are, to where they don't really have to travel, meaning get on a plane, because again, it's still COVID. And they ended up saying Charleston. I believe that's South Carolina. It might be North Carolina, but I'm pretty sure South Carolina. Y'all get me together in the comments. So then we get to the scene. So this is the whole thing with Barbara. If y'all don't want to hear about it, y'all can click off right meow. Okay. So Cynthia picks up Noelle, and they're talking to, and she talks to her about inviting her father. And Noelle's pretty much saying like, okay, well, this is going to be a big thing, and you are bringing me to mom's house to have this conversation because it's going to help you. And I think it's the whole having Noelle there means that the mother won't go too hard on Cynthia, but there's also cameras there, and her mother is, from what I've been able to glean, as a baby boomer. She's very aware of the camera, so she's probably not gonna let herself come too much out of pocket. So the mom says, so when Cynthia brings it up, the mom says, okay, well, I guess I'll just wear a mask over my eyes. And she begins to go down this rabbit hole. I'm not going to quote her exactly, of saying, he abused me. He wasn't there. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. And when this happened, this reminded me of what happened between um, Trina Braxton and Evelyn Braxton, where Trina wanted to invite her husband for when she remarried gay the second time, I believe, and the mom did not want him there for her sensibility and her mental state, and she ended up inviting him for her most recent wedding. But my thing is this: what happened between Barbara and her ex-husband is their issues. Unless the children have their own issues that derive from that, you cannot put that on them. And the fact that Cynthia now has to pick between inviting one over the other, she shouldn't even be in that predicament or that place, period. And in addition to that, he was also at her wedding when she married Peter, walked her down the aisle when she married Peter. But now you don't want him to come to this one. But here's the gag. The reason for it is when she did the PSA um, for Kenya a couple seasons back, and she talks about domestic violence and her truth of what happened, because he's very involved in the church, and I believe he's in Alabama. She got backlash from that community. So with that, she's mad over that. And then she blamed Cindy because, well, Cindy did not tell her exactly what this PSA was and what a PSA is, yet you see the cameras directly in your face and recording this as you are telling your story. Which that pissed me off, because it's like, so you can't take responsibility, you can't take accountability, you can't even say sorry. You want to sit here and push this off on your daughter and pretty much kind of force your daughter not only to take your side, give you an apology, but not invite her father. And then she got mad at Mallory because Mallory said, well, I forgive them, man. We're cool, we're talking. Where you want everybody to be against him. And it's not because of the domestic violence that happened. You're mad because a whole group of people that support him is coming for your neck. This has nothing to do with them, and you can't take accountability or responsibility. And here's the reality: I am not taking away what happened to her. Obviously, she's grown from it and was able to sit here and take care of her children. But trying to sit here and say that he wasn't there for y'all, but you said that he had them for the summer, like, things are not making sense. And this is that whole bitter shit where you want your children to be upset. And with this particular situation, I need Cynthia to make sure she gets some damn counseling, because I really do have a feeling that these issues are going to, had to look at my phone, is, damn it, tongue tied. These issues may very well come up in her marriage with Mike. So it's a whole lot. Barbara had me pissed all the way to fuck off. And again, And I know some people be like, well, that's the mom, this and the third. Here's look, real talk, y'all. Let's talk like grown folk. First and foremost, it's her win, so she can do what the fuck she want. It's her part. She can cry if she want to. But she can invite both of them, have both of them on two separate sides of the room, and those two never have to fucking talk to each other. And if this is such a big problem with Barbara, she is grown. How about you talk to this man? How about you take your ass to Alabama? Well, she can't take us to Alabama now because of the pandemic. But why hasn't she gone down there and confronted these people that are sitting here harassing her? If it's that big of a motherfucking deal. Like, I was so pissed, and because of the simple fact that I have to hurry up and get off of here because Bonnie about to go live in 10 minutes. I try to need I need to hurry up and upload this thing. I am going to sit here and I'm going to spare Barbara. I may have more to say tonight when I'm on Scotty's panel. We shall see. But that's it. So that's all I got. That is my review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. To let you all know, because I totally forgot that Growing Up Hip Hop aired 2 weeks ago. Like, I didn't know the day that it aired, and I like to do the reviews the night that it comes out. So I'm probably, if not tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll give you guys episode 1 and 2. And from what I've heard, both episodes wasn't giving shit, so it'll be real easy to put those into one particular review. I just need to go through and map out what is coming out on what day because I don't know. And yeah, so if I do miss something because of a date, my bad. But I'm trying to be on it, trying to be speedy with it. So yeah, y'all, that's all I got. Please join me on Scotty's live tonight, and we're gonna talk about a whole lot of things and whatnot. So that's all that I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And not only will I see you guys tonight on Scotty's channel, I will see you all tomorrow, fingers crossed, for my Growing Up Hip Hop review. And I forget what day Bell Collective comes out, but you'll get Bell Collective as well, along with this week's episode of Growing Up Hip Hop. I think that's all that I'm doing. Yeah, that's all I'm doing. All right, peace out.